Just don't get it on now. Get it on. Don't get it on now. Get it on. Just don't get it on now. Get it
Hello, well here, we are here in some daily races, and we're going to begin with race A. Now, there's only going to be two races in this video. There's only going to be race A and race C. I did do race B as well, but with these daily races now, what I'm going to do it as is basically I'm going to do all three races, and then I'm going to pick my two favourite ones, either because they were my best finishes, or they were just the more interesting races, or it was just might be a bit more fun to actually see. So we're going to begin with race A in Tokyo with the Toyota 86, and you know, so like we see how we do. Squeezing through there, a little bit of contact, and then boom, 1 second penalty for a slight bit of contact with the car, which didn't really bugger anyone up. But yeah, I still got a penalty for it. I mean, okay, I get why I got it. There was a collision with a car, but it was kind of like a situation where I had it's like it wasn't really a lot I could do. What's going on there? No idea. Literally have no idea what was going on there. It's just I get that corner, people are flying into the wall. Why? Don't know. I don't know if they wanted that. One of those people wanted revenge for passing them or something. I don't know. Or they just basically completely buggered up. More likely they completely buggered up part of it. Alright. I'm still in 6th. So, I don't know. Not the end of the world. As usual for these kind of races, just as a bit of fun. These aren't to be taken too seriously. I'm not taking them too seriously, and you know I'm not doing any qualifying for them, just to make it a bit more fun for myself. And just it's just to see how we do, kind of thing. Now I am in the R4M, so technically I should be ramming for money. But then again, with that, I don't intentionally ram. I mean, if I do accidentally hit someone, it is very slightly on pure accident. Though again, obviously, even if I do hit someone, it is still filth. It's just not pure filth. It's just filth. Pure filth is when I hit them on purpose. All right. So we're gonna get onto our first case of filth. Only one thing to do. That's what we do with filth. We blow it up. But no, I got 2 second penalty now. I was thinking like, alright, fair enough. I thought when I going past the guy, it was a bit of a bargy pass. But again, I think what the problem was is that he hit the wall before going into that corner, so I had more, and whereas I didn't, so I had more momentum than what he did. Since I had the more momentum, it's like, right, I'm going to make a move on the inside, and I can only guess maybe the guy didn't have the radar on or something, because he did turn in slightly a little bit at the point when I was going past him. But then again, he may not have the radar on, so he wouldn't really know that I was there. But yeah, so that's what we do with filth. We blow it up. Because you have filth and there's pure filth. That was just filth. That was basically me going by, not the intention to push past someone, but getting by in a slightly more argy-bargy way. And then you have pure filth, which is basically, which I don't intend to do, but pure filth is basically me just smashing into someone to get them out of the way. But I don't tend to try and do pure filth. It's just more filth. But again, if filth comes along, we blow it up. But I think that's the last penalty I get in this race. But I've managed to make my way at the third, considering I've had 2 penalties so far in this race. But again, these aren't meant to be taken seriously. These are all just for a bit of fun. Now, I don't know what happened here. I don't know if I didn't account for slipstream or something, but I go way deep, almost going into the pits. It's kind of lucky enough I was still ghosted at that point, otherwise the Spanish driver may have actually smashed into me. Not in the intention of smashing into me, but smashing into me regardless. But yeah, don't know what happened there though, because it looked like I broke at the right time. Maybe I broke way too late, but it looked like I did break at the right time. I just don't know if I just didn't account for the slipstream from the French guy. But whatever the case was, I went way too deep into that corner, almost going into the pits, which would have been quite embarrassing if I did. Embarrassing but funny at the same time. So, oopsie daisy. But managed to keep myself from going into the pits. So, final lap now. I'm going to see if we can get past the French driver here. Not impossible. That's the thing, not an impossible job. So I am currently holding the fastest lap of the race at the moment. So yeah, so now if you've watched my Laguna Seca video, the final round of the FIAs, I did mention there that that would be my last FIA race. Due to some of the changes, mainly the time changes for the FIA races, which with the new times may not always make it easy enough for me to be able to do the races. So rather than only like being able to partake in like 2 or 3 of them and do videos on doing videos on just those 2 or 3 races and then not doing the rest, decided to opt out from doing FIA videos until for at least for now. But again, as I stated in the previous video, but I will still be doing like daily race videos and doing some like top 5 livery videos and stuff like that. So there will still be some content. It's just there won't be any FIA content. So. And the Neon Eye account won't feature so much as of at the moment. It'll be more R4 and Neon Pie, so it's like then at least then, like with the videos I can have a bit more fun. You know, it's a bit more fun with the races itself. Because with the R4M I don't mind what happens to my DR or SR, so I can have a bit more fun. I can have a bit more of a relaxed play the game. But as you can see, I haven't been able to catch up with the French guy. Just a slight little tap there, but never made it. But you know, we're gonna get third. So all in all, not bad. There was just a little bit of filth in there, which we had to blow up. But yeah, all in all, didn't finish too badly. Got third in the end. Didn't get a clean race, which is pretty goddamn obvious. And as you can see, I managed to retain the fastest lap and raised up 7 positions. Not bad. So we're going to move on to the next race. There we are, race C at Fuji. And this is in Group 2. Now, yeah, the dominant car on this was the... I literally don't know how you pronounce the first name, but it's the Nismo GTR. That I don't know even how to pronounce it. Savani? Is it the Savani? I don't know how you pronounce it. But Savani Nismo GTR was the dominant car for qualifying. But I've opted to go for the Motul Altec. And obviously I've gone for my Shadow Realm Motul for this one. And you can see we're starting right at the back. Now, on my part in this race, there was not as much filth. In this one, there was filth to be seen, but I wasn't so much caked in filth in this one, because I was the only person who actually finished without getting a penalty throughout the whole entire race. Everyone else had that little red dot by them at the end. I was the only person who finished the race and didn't have that red dot. So I actually had a pretty clean race, actually. Well, and it's not clean enough in the way to not get any penalties. I mean, there was a little bit of like bumping and scraping like that. Obviously, you know, that's bound to happen. But didn't get myself into penalties, so that's good enough. Yeah, I don't know what that guy was doing there. I don't know if he was trying to hit me off because I tapped him earlier or something. I don't know. And then, okay, I'll go a little bit deeper than that. Long enough, he didn't get buggered up, but he gets buggered up by all of this chaos in front of him. God knows what happened there. And then I had to go. I had to swerve there because otherwise I was going to hit someone. So I had to swerve, sort of go a little bit off left, which unfortunately meant I went off there. So, but then again, again with Fuji, Group 2s in lower rate lobbies on the first lap when everyone's still bunched together. That chicane is a massacre sometimes. As you saw, it was a complete and utter massacre. And yeah, fair enough. Again, yeah, I did unfortunately bump into the Italian. I think it was the Italian flag, I can't quite remember. But lucky enough, it didn't really bugger him up too much. But then he got buggered up by everyone else in front of him because they were all crashing into each other. So it was complete and utter chaos. So normally, this kind of race, from what I can remember in the past, it normally takes like a few laps. Like after like 2 or 3 laps, the field does start to spread out a little bit, and then so obviously there's a little bit less chaos. I mean, it's still a bit of chaos. You know, and there's still potential for some chaos because there is still a bit of a biggish group ahead. So tyres in this one was you had to use the hard tyres. It seems like that they've implemented that kind of aspect of tyre usage actually into, don't know what that guy's got, into the daily races as well from the FIA races, where it's sometimes it's mandatory for you to use a particular tyre compound. And this one, it was you had to at least use the hard once, at least once. So I opted to basically just use it straight from the beginning. Now, I don't know if it was actually possible to do this race on the hard tyre from beginning to end. I don't know. I think if you're good with tyre management, you could possibly do it. Obviously, I opted to not do that. I opted to pit in later on in the race to change the mediums. But I was actually out on the harder tyres for longer than I was planning to do. Or thinking that I would need to be, kind of thing. But that was basically it for tyres. So fuel wasn't a problem, it was just tyres. And by the fact that you at least had to use the hard tyres at least once. Well, obviously I opted to use them from the beginning, and then pit in later on and change the mediums and just go straight to the end. Bada bing, bada boom. Simple as. So now, from my part anyway, the field is kind of starting to thin out, so it's going to be a little bit less chaos. I mean, there might still be a bit of chaos going on behind me, because I think there was a bit of a bigger group behind me. So there might still be, there was still probably accounts of chaos going on. But you know, so by this time, normally it's been like this race has been happening in the past. Normally around about this time, it starts to settle down a little bit, and you know, you start getting more of the gaps. So by then lap 3 and beginning lap 4, we find ourselves in 10th after beginning in 19th. 2 people already left. Slight tap, but it's like nope. But like nothing major. I think the Brit in front of me was just being a bit cautious with the Brit in front of him at that point, so he's probably going a little bit slower, slight little tap, bada bing, bada boom. But again, no harm, no foul. But unfortunately, we're still in 10th. We didn't manage to gain any positions there. So for me, Fuji is a track. It's not a hot. See, yeah, had a little bit of chaos going on but there in front of us, and I've now managed to clamp it on. Fair enough. But no, Fuji as a track for me, it's not my favourite. It's not my worst either. It's not one. See, a little bit on that, but I thought I'll let him carry on, let him get his position back, make sure he actually managed to stay ahead. Slight misjudgment from me there. But obviously I allowed him to carry on. And he pits anyway. So it was like, what was the point? But no, obviously bit rough going through there, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna hold off to the right and allow him to basically get back ahead of me. But then he stopped it. Yeah. But no, yeah, going back to Fuji as the track, it's definitely not one of my favourites. It's not my worst either. It's alright. It's one I can race on, but it's one I don't. It's one that I'll race on, but it's not one that I'll go specifically to race on, unless I don't have that much of a choice. Like in the ways of like day races, then yeah, I'll do it. But if I was to host any races myself or anything like that, for any special videos or anything like that, or just for fun, Fuji isn't the track I would pick. So we managed to find ourselves now up in 7th. So trying to think about trying to get past this guy, but obviously wanting to be a little bit wary, just trying to make sure I don't actually punt him off anywhere or anything like that. Alright, so try and get past him on the straight, since we've got the power of slipstream now. So I'm trying to get a seat. He's just putting over and putting it over and putting it over, and there was potential for me to squeeze through that. I thought I'm best probably not to try it. But then he goes a bit deep there. Probably just outbroke himself kind of thing, and just didn't break early enough. Trying to keep the position, trying to keep 6. And due to that, he unfortunately went a bit deep, went a bit wide, and allowed me to get 6. So now climbing up into 6, and now I have to try and catch up with this French guy. So future videos now as well for Gran Turismo Sport. Again, I'll still be doing I'm going to be doing daily races, but I'll be doing it all in the R4M account, not so much the Neon Eye. The only time you'll probably see the Neon Eye account now, is if I try to do a video and just have a bit of fun in some lobby races. That's probably when I'm most likely use the Neon Eye account. because originally Neon Eye was just for you just to do the FIA races, but now not doing them, it's kind of like, oh. And that's the thing, because I was going to do a video of day races in the Neon Eye account, but due to how the daily races were going, considering that they were, it's like, because of mistakes made by people on race A, when I was trying it in the Neon Eye, I managed to get myself a 10-second penalty because of other people. And obviously, doing all like that kind of thing, damages your SR, damages your DR, and it's like doing the FIA races actually allowed my DR to go up and up and up, and then it seems to be like as soon as I go on to dailies, my DR just crashes. So I've opted to not do daily races in Neon Eye and just save it for the R4M. Because this account, I don't mind what happens to it in the ways of its DR and stuff. But Neon, you might still see Neon Eye, the Neon Eye count down then. But yeah, getting a bit skittish around there. And the French guy to go by. I think I got past him because he pitted, or either he pitted or because he crashed off. I can't actually remember. I wasn't watching, but hey, you might know. You'll see in the video what happens anyway. So we are going to actually skip ahead a little bit now to lap 11, I think. Yeah. So we're on lap 11. I've already pitted on just on the previous lap. Well, a couple of laps ago anyway. Well, one audio. You can see it on the time. You can see the lap times on the right. Anyway, but yeah, so we're on the last couple of laps. So like after lap 8, not a lot happened. Unfortunately, that guy there, which I think was actually the French guy from earlier, in the actually no, was it? Yeah, in the sort of like the grey silvery modal. Fortunately, he obviously crashed out somehow there. I can only guess that maybe he was just waiting to the corner too quickly, maybe. I can only guess. So he managed to climb up into 4th. And going up to the last few laps of the race. Yeah, so oh no, this race hasn't been going too badly. Hasn't actually gone that badly. I mean, it was a bit of chaos at the beginning, but that's kind of to be expected. For there to be a bit of chaos at the beginning. No, on the penultimate lap, so it's a hell of an ask. A hell of an ask to try and catch up with 3rd. Not impossible with how sometimes this race goes, but it's a hell of an ask, I will have to say. Now, one thing I would like that I do kind of wish that they did more races with Group 2 that wasn't always just either Fuji or Topolis or on the odd occasion Suzuka. You know, I wouldn't mind them doing Group 2s on other tracks, because I actually quite like the Group 2 cars. I think actually Group 2 might actually, I would actually say probably Group 2 actually might actually be my favourite class, because Group 1s, with the way that they have Group 1 structured in the game, it's very off balance, because obviously you have the Group C's, like the 787B or the, is it the 916, something like that, the Porsche one, or like the Sauber Mercedes. You know, you have Group C's, which are like high powered, like 800, 900 brake horsepower kind of thing, and then you have the LMPs, like the Audi R18 or the Toyota like TS050 or something like that, I think it is. You know, which they're also Group 1, but they're only like 500 odd horsepower kind of thing. It's like it's kind of unbalanced. Group 1, Group 3, I don't mind Group 3. Group 4, yeah, it's just like a slightly more sporty version of the road car, so nothing special. But I do like Group 2. I do actually like racing in Group 2. It's just unfortunately you don't really use them a lot in daily races, and when they do, it's always on the same track, same kind of same configurations. So I would like him to see him doing on like different configurations, different tracks and stuff like that. Because I think that because then it'd be actually quite fun. But we're coming up to near the end of the race. I couldn't catch up with third, but you know, again, it was going to be too much of an ass to catch up with third, to be honest. But that's it. We come ending in fourth. So all in all, not a bad result in the end. And you can see, literally only person who doesn't have a red dot that's in the name. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed these two races. So please remember to like and subscribe, and share this video with just some of your friends. And remember to check out my Gran Turismo Sports playlist and Top 5 Liveries playlist for more Gran Turismo content. But that's it for now. So until next time, I will see you all at the finish line.